Wild Wild Web.
Powered by Alta Vista. This week on the Wild Wild Web.
Enjoy a slice of the movie Pie.
A global gallery on the web.
We take off in a hot air balloon.
And jamming on guitars.
Wailing away on the net.
Only on the Wild Wild Web. Hi, I'm Matt Lindley.
And I'm Beth Lahr. Welcome to another edition of the Wild Wild Web.
If you're looking for the coolest sites on the web, you have come to the right place. And relax, this is a TV. It's easy to operate and it rarely crashes.
And in the end, you'll be glad you hung around. It's the web and TV in one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
This is the Wild Wild Web. Have you ever been to the website of a mega Hollywood movie? Chances are you're going to see the same trailers that you'd see on TV or in the movie theater.
However, one movie breaks that mold. Pie is an independent film that won big at this year's Sundance Film Festival, and you might be surprised at who designed the website. Independent film has been around forever, but the late 90s introduced a new grit to the mix, the no-budget film. From Clerks to the Brothers McMullen, by now we know by heart the story of how these films get made.
We were working at 4 o'clock in the morning or something on a subway platform out in Brooklyn, and we had a cow brain sitting on the subway steps. So every time the train would pull up, every 20 minutes or so, we'd kind of sit down and cover up the cow brain.
On films like these, everyone pitches in. The director holds the microphone, the producer takes out the trash. But this fall, for the first time, pitching in went digital. Meet Sean Goulet, star of the film Pie.
1245. Restate my assumptions. 1. Mathematics is the language of nature.
Not only did he co-write and star in the film, which won top honors at the Sundance Film Festival, he designed the film's remarkable website.
This film was a labor of love. So when it came time to begin marketing it, we were all eager to do as much as we could. And when the prospect of a website was brought up, I jumped at the chance. I'm a writer and actor by vocation and a graphic designer to pay the rent, and because I love aesthetics, and as my blue toenails will witness. We tried to reflect the content of the film stylistically in the website. The internet is about computers and paranoia, and Pie, to a great extent, is about computers and paranoia. So we had a great marriage of medium and message.
Pie follows Max Cohen, a brilliantly paranoid mathematics genius who is searching for the chaotic numerical pattern behind the fluctuations in the stock market.
2. Everything around us can be represented and understood through numbers.
It's not a math movie. The hardest math in it is 41 plus 3, and we give you the answer 5 seconds later. To a certain extent, Pie is a digital Faust story.
Maybe, even though we're not sophisticated enough to be aware of it, there is a pattern. Maybe that pattern is like the pattern in the stock market.
This is insanity, Max.
Or maybe it's genius. I have to get that number.
Hold on, you have to slow down. You're losing it.
As Max verges on a solution, he is pursued by some unsavory Wall Street types, as well as a Kabbalah sect who thinks Max may have found a mystical number that they want, badly.
It's the key to the Messianic age. It can take us one step closer to the Garden of Eden.
Max races to crack the code and outrun the madness that looms before him. It's Eraserhead, but with a coherent plot and solid acting.
It's a real lasagna of ideas. The website is sort of a cocktail party primer to a lot of the ideas in the film. Kabbalah, number theory, electronica, chaos theory.
And don't forget about spirals.
It's a peculiar thing about spirals. They seem to recur throughout the universe. They're there in our DNA. They're there in the Milky Way. They're there in the logo of Wild Wild Web. The Java splash page of the site sort of simulates the moment when Max's computer begins to go insane.
The jarring electronic soundtrack guides you through the site. Like the film, the site is mostly black and white, making it all the faster to download the clips. The film's dark, high-contrast look translates well to QuickTime.
And we link out from the website to some sort of originary sites of interest on all these subjects. It's a great Kabbalah site, a great Go site. You can navigate around the second layer of the site without ever going back to the top page for the simple reason that all of these ideas are deeply interconnected.
The site, like the film, has been a hit with critics and has developed a cult-like status among fans, many of whom visit the site and see the film over and over.
My hope is that people sort of get lost in the site and that they explore it in a non-linear way, following one link to the next, and they wind up browsing and getting a little bit of a paranoid feeling and sort of, in miniature, simulating the experience of watching the film itself. Paranoia is the belief in a hidden order behind the visible. And one of the good things and the interesting things about the web to me is the deep and invisible connections which characterize it.
3. If you graph the numbers of any system, patterns emerge. Therefore, There are patterns everywhere in nature.
The web is one of those human organisms which is so complex that it would appear to have the attributes of chaos. And as we know from quantum physics, any natural system which is apparently chaotic must therefore have a natural order somewhere within it. And so, yeah, one day perhaps, as the web gets more and more complicated, it will spawn its own Max Cohens, who begin to believe in and search for a natural order within it. It's very perverse how these things connect. It's enough to make you a little paranoid.
You are only a vessel from our God. You are carrying a delivery that was meant for us.
There will be no order, only chaos.
It's nice to see an actor participating in the website design, and our own multi-talented Matt Lindley is also a website designer. He does a lot of work on our GetWild.com site.
Oh, thank you, Beth. More importantly here, if you'd like to come to our GetWild.com site, you can see everything you've seen on the show, plus get a chance to win an autographed CD.
By Sean Goulet.
Sean Goulet from the movie Pi, and you can also link out to their site, and if you do go to their site, however, your head might actually explode.
It's pretty intense.
It's a very intense site, so try to be careful.
It's no secret that it's incredibly difficult for an artist to break out and share their work with the world. And it becomes especially challenging if that artist isn't living near any major art centers like New York or Milan or Paris.
That's right. Imagine living in, say, northern Siberia, and one night the door opens up. That's right. Barbara London, who is a curator at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, walks in, and with the help of the web, in a couple weeks, you're an art star. The ruble may be in periodic freefall, but the stock of the Russian art world is rising fast, thanks to New York's venerable Museum of Modern Art and the World Wide Web.
It's a long process from me seeing work and then the work actually ending up here at the museum in an exhibition.
Barbara London is using the internet in a unique way to help create a worldwide audience for new art.
I literally have hundreds and thousands of file folders. That's my accumulated information from years of going out into the field and meeting with artists.
Introducing InterNyet, a daily journal of London's travels into the formerly isolated and insulated world of modern Russian art.
The ordinary mortal can follow me, an ordinary mortal, going into artist studios in Siberia, St. Petersburg, Moscow. I was in China last year and did a similar kind of thing. We called that stir fry. I put together a batch of gear so I could go to an appointment with an artist, go into their studio, look at work, and then decide I want this clip. Then I'd go later, back to the hotel at night, and I'd write a report. The next morning would send this as an email back to New York with attachments, and then the designer here put that all together, and within a day, the news of yesterday was on the MoMA website. So I was quite bowled over. In St. Petersburg, an artist, Olga Trobloitz, has done this computer graphic work. Her idea is that people who buy fashion designer clothes form cults around the designers. You'll find up on the web this god dressed with D&G. And of course, Aphrodite wears Versace.
Each entry is full of the good, the bad, and the unusual.
There's a guy whose name is Alexei Shulgin in Moscow. He got out of the dumpster an old 386 DX computer. He took this thing, he retrofitted it, and he got it to sing songs.
California dreaming on such a winter's day.
Contemporary art is about breaking down boundaries.
And those boundaries can take many forms. The film Bruner's Trial is based on an actual case of art vandalism.
I have $40 million. $40 million. Going, $40 million. Gone.
A copy of the prop painting from the movie was displayed where the film was being shown in Moscow. Ironically, that painting was also vandalized by persons unknown. Bruner got 6 months for his crime. The Moscow bandit is still at large.
I found some artists who have really thought a lot about what's technology, what's communication. I was in Siberia in the city of Novosibirsk, and I find this artist, Maxim Zonov, and this guy has done these very simple pieces. One is called 3 Chants. He's like an electronic shaman. There's this head with sunglasses, and amazing images are coming out of the sunglasses.
Now, some of this material is probably not museum quality. Some of it demands that we rethink old ideas. And some is just plain not ready for prime time.
Since the museum was founded in 1929, our mandate has been that we're about the art of our time. What the internet has allowed me to do, and the museum to do, is to open up this exploratory process.
InterNyet and Stir Fry have been so successful that MoMA plans to continue the project, really searching every corner of the globe.
That's right, but because art collecting is so competitive, they're keeping the location under wraps for now. Be sure to check the MoMA site and getwild.com to find out what MoMA will be up to next.
A few months ago, we covered a story about Whitbread, the around-the-world sailing race, and it really brought you an opportunity to find out how the web is used to track competitors and to bring the entire world along for the ride.
But web coverage of worldwide sporting events isn't limited to the sea. The same concept has taken to the skies.
Here we are over Payneham Harbor, which is a saltwater harbor. It opens right out to the ocean. And we're flying a balloon, free flight, without tether lines, this close to the ocean. This is beyond most ballooning by far.
That would be the sound of
water.
Of us walking on water.
Steve Fawcett's attempt to be the first man to circumnavigate the globe in a hot air balloon has been catching a lot of publicity, as well as a lot of political hot air. He's one of 6 competitors committed to winning the Budweiser Cup, and the world waits breathlessly to see if this mild-mannered millionaire will go the distance. Fawcett is the only one of the challengers to be flying his craft solo, without a pressurized capsule. This means he's relying only on his adventurous spirit and an oxygen mask to carry him through the trip. And in this one-of-a-kind adventure sport race, the internet has played a crucial part in providing curious spectators with the lowdown on the high-flying competition. Each of the teams has an amazing website, offering stats of the team, the equipment they're using, as well as up-to-the-minute reports on the status of their flight. At the J. Renee site, you can even put yourself right in the seat of mission control and track the flight through its course. But with a weather-dependent sport like ballooning, where teams face the challenges of lightning storms, high altitudes, and cold weather, it kind of makes you wonder, are these guys crazy or what?
They're a breed set apart. They're very adventurous. Especially Steve Fawcett. He is what you may call a professional adventurer. It's not necessarily to build an ego as much as it is to advance the science of ballooning and the accomplishments of man. Ballooning around the world nonstop has never been done for obvious reasons of weather. It's more difficult, in my estimation, than shooting a rocket to the moon.
Hello!
David Gifford has been ballooning for more than 20 years and is known internationally as one of the world's most skilled adventure balloonists.
A necessary part of hot air ballooning is the lift. I've always been interested in flying since I was a child. The flight of a balloon, the most pure form of flight because it is so gentle. It is much more like floating, especially that floating feeling. I don't know if you've ever had it in your dreams of floating over the trees and everything, effortlessly without engines or anything noise. I mean, that was just total capture of my spirit, I guess, and that was it. I just flew with it.
And the web is a great place to find out about folks like David, who, for a moderate price, can take you up, and away on a glorious balloon adventure.
I use the internet to research the weather for most flights and to keep tabs of the weather continuously, because The weather is very crucial to our flights.
Check out the web to connect with other balloon enthusiasts. Look at some glorious photos of balloon festivals and balloon adventures. And if you're really committed to sailing in the sky, you can even use the net to find out how to build your own balloon. And while you're online, why not take a virtual balloon flight?
Over 4,077 feet.
But, as our producer would tell you, the real thing is much better.
This is cool.
The hardest part of ballooning is landing. It's not the skill or the maneuvering of the balloon to ground, but it's the having to leave the experience.
And to complete the journey, a traditional champagne toast.
We toast a high adventure
Yes.
and soft landings.
Each time we do a segment on the show, we try to have something relevant to give away, but in this case, a hot air balloon was just too darned expensive.
So we racked our brains, and what we came up with is 100 multicolored balloons.
That's right. Available at our website, getwild.com.
And we're also giving away WebChoice TV technology. It's a program you can download from our site, which will launch your browsers to relevant sites you've seen from our show.
That's right. It's easy for you to say. It's free, it's simple. It's available at our website, getwild.com.
Coming up, it sings, it screams, it's guitars on the web.
So let's name some of the greatest bands of all time.
Well, my personal favorites, I like Led Zeppelin, the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Santana?
Yeah.
Cream? Aerosmith?
Definitely
Okay.
Aerosmith.
Definitely Aerosmith. Okay, now imagine for an instant one of those bands, or all those bands, without guitars. What would that be like?
Life just wouldn't be worth living.
Over 50 years ago, an inventor named Les Paul created the first solid-body electric guitar. Little did he know then that it would turn out like this. There has never been an instrument that revolutionized the sound of popular music so fundamentally, and its popularity on the web is nothing short of astounding. Clapton, Page, Beck, and Duane, they're all here, from Eddie Van Halen to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Every guitar god has their own online temple of worship. Let's not forget about B.B. King, who recently had a webcast from his current blues festival tour. And who has been more influential than Jimi Hendrix?
My name is Mike Keneally, and we're called Beer for Dolphins.
Mike Keneally has played with such greats as Frank Zappa and Steve Vai. Now branching out with his own band, Beer for Dolphins, Keneally is an example of how the web allows access to the great unknown guitarists of our time.
December 1994, we started the website, and at that point, we just had a few things up and about Mike's albums and stuff. I'd say the majority of the people who buy my albums came to me through the internet, and it's been an absolutely invaluable tool to us. You know, it's a miracle.
It's like the single biggest impediment to updating the website on the road is trying to hook your laptop through a hotel phone.
The fact that so many people, you know, especially on more electronic music stuff, so many people are on the web and you can talk to them.
Reeves Gabrels is best known as David Bowie's guitarist and is no stranger to the web and what it can do.
It's funny because my mom tracks me. She every night we do a show, she goes and she checks the pages and she knows what's going on. Yeah. So it's, you know, it's saved on phone calls.
Reeves Gabrels is one of the guys who's keeping guitar vital throughout all the changes that music is undergoing.
I can probably not tell you much about Mike Keneally other than my opinion of Mike Keneally, which I'm happy to give. Mike Keneally is a god who walks among men.
Playing guitar is every teenager's dream and probably every parent's nightmare, but mom and dad can forget about those violin lessons. Sites like Kyle's Virtual Guitar Lessons and Guitarology provide plenty of chord and scale charts, as well as tips to keep those chops in shape. Rock guitar not your style? Tips, Tricks, and Licks provides resources for the country, jazz, and classical guitarist alike. Need a new axe? Gibson, Guild, Martin, Fender, Ernie Ball are all online with their latest gear, as well as providing specs for the collector. And it doesn't stop there. Guitar World and Guitar Player both offer online versions of their magazines. With all these resources on the web, there's no denying its popularity. Guitar is here to stay.
I don't spend any time wondering about the future of guitar. It's absurd to think it's going away. Of course it's not. You know, there's still millions of guitar players. There's still millions of people who enjoy listening to guitar.
Think about it. We've really had some amazing giveaways.
Oh, yeah, we sure have.
Autographed CDs.
Mm-hmm. The road bike.
Who could forget the road bike? But we may have even topped ourselves. We have in our possession, could be yours, one Ernie Ball Axis Sport guitar.
If you know anything about guitars, you know that Ernie Ball makes some of the finest in the industry. This is one of our best giveaways to date.
I would say this tops them
You
all.
can find out how to win your own at our website, getwild.com.
That's right. Getwild.com is a place to go. And as we don't have a license to practice music, we brought in someone to play the actual guitar you could win. We brought in Greg McMullen from our favorite band, Fire Pig.